In the corridors of power and the pulse of the people, one man continues to shape the path of a nation. This is the Presidential Week in Review. It wasn't just another iftar at the Presidential Villa on Saturday. It was a celebration of the 73 years in the life of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but behind the smiles and prayers was a moment of reflection. President Tinubu shared a deeply personal memory of one doubt, uncertainty, and a near exit from the political stage in the 2023. But as fate would have it, encouragement from allies like Aminu Masari tipped the scale. From that moment of hesitation rose a presidency marked by bold decision and unflinching resolve. As dignitaries gathered, voices like Vice President Shatima, Senate President Akpabio, and Governor Ozodinma painted a picture of a leader unafraid to chart new waters, forgive old wounds, and push forward with purpose. Professor Shafuddin Amawo, a childhood friend of Mr. President, summed it up best. It was divine providence, and with landmark reforms in the economic and infrastructure, Providence seems to be making good on its promise. On Sunday, President Tinubu joined Muslim faithful at the National Prayer Ground for Eid prayers. Afterwards, he didn't just offer blessings, he offered bold reforms. Addressing the media, Mr. President explained his decision to exempt the Federal Capital Territory from the Treasury single account. Why? Bureaucracy was bottling growth, with the FCT now breathing freely. Roads are being paved, healthcare upgraded, and children stepping into better equipped schools. The man at the helm of this transformation, Minister Nyesom Wike, praised by Mr. President for his result-driven approach, not his origin or affiliation. Healthcare reforms got a new champion on Monday. Dr. Ibrahim Oloriegbe was appointed chairman of the National Health Insurance Authority. A former senator with credentials from Oxford and ABU Zaria is now tasked with shaping a healthier Nigeria. Also on Monday, President Tinubu extended tenure of Mrs. Kemi Napdap as Controller General of the Nigeria Immigration Service. Mr. President's message to her was direct: keep the momentum, keep the faith. Wednesday saw President Tinubu reconstituted the board of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited with Ahmadu Musa Kida as chairman and Engineer Bashir Ojulari as group CEO. A new era began focus on efficiency, investment, and yes, energy dependency. Also on Wednesday, Mr. President touched down in Paris, not for cruising, but a critical media team performance review. 2 weeks of high-level assessment, reform, elevation, and strategic planning. The numbers are already speaking. Nigeria's net forex reserves has jumped to over $23 billion. Fiscal discipline is beginning to pay divine ends. Even from France, governance doesn't pause. Mr. President remains plugged in, watching, guiding, and planning ahead. On Friday, 2 more appointments signaled President Tinubu's intent to supercharge national development. First, Ayo Sontering was named Managing Director of the Bank of Agriculture with a track record in agribusiness and infrastructure funding. Is said to be the engine behind Nigeria's rural revitalization and food security. Then, a new vision for industrial rebirth. Nasir Nahim Abdulsalam was appointed to lead Ajaokuta Steel Company. Once a symbol of potential unrealized, Ajaokuta may now rise as a pillar of Nigeria's industrial future. Stay informed, stay hopeful, and above all, stay ready. Nigeria. See you next week.